Alright folks, it is now June 3rd and the garden is finally planted, and I want to give you a full garden tour of what the Will It Grow garden looks like on this June 3rd, 2022. Before we get started, let me just give you a little overview of what the garden consists of. It's basically 13 raised garden beds and something I'm experimenting with this year, which I'll explain to you guys in a little bit when we get there. So we're going to start here on this bed. This whole bed is the one that I planted the carrots. Well, I transplanted the carrots, and I will link that video right up here if you guys are interested in watching how I did the transplanting of the carrots that I planted indoors. And the carrots, they're doing great. I mean, a little weedy. I gotta come in here and weed a little bit, but nonetheless, starting your carrots indoors definitely has benefits. These things are taking off great. So let's move on to this bed here. This bed here is, I got all different tomatoes. And I don't know, these are sunflowers. I don't know where these came from. I didn't put them in here, but these are all sunflowers. I'm gonna have to take these out of here and transplant them in different areas. I still got cantaloupe, that leftover cantaloupes that I haven't had a chance to plant. I already planted a couple of them, but I got leftover. Yeah, these are all tomatoes. In this bed, there's a whole bunch of tomatoes. Some onions that I had left over that I couldn't fit in the other bed, so I just plant them. I got some of these Buena Muleta peppers here from Baker Creek. These are leftovers as well. I don't have any space for them. They don't look very healthy. Now, as we walk down this way, this is the 80 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot raised bed that I made, and that, you know, I also made the climbing trellis here with the rebar, if you guys recall that video that you watched. And I'm liking this system. At first I wasn't. This is the system for the first time I'm growing the tomatoes up a string. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I do like it. It's actually very easy to maintain, and the tomatoes are looking really healthy. These are all Ernie's Nose tomatoes is what these are. They're looking really good. And these down this end here, they catch a lot more sun than the ones back there, as you can see. Really healthy, beautiful looking. They have already started to want to flower a little bit, and about 2 weeks ago I already started plucking some flowers. They are starting to get, they want to put on something, but for right now I'm going to keep on plucking any flowers because I think they're still a little too small to be producing any tomatoes. And I got the patience, and it's only June 3rd. I got plenty of time. And on this raised bed here is all these are King of the North bell peppers. That's what these are. My first year also growing this variety of bell pepper. Normally I grow the California Wonder, and this year I decided I want to try something different, because the California Wonder, it does good for me here in Massachusetts, but I heard that King of the North is a much better bell pepper for this environment, at least where I am. I mean, these things are very healthy, they look beautiful, and I think they're going to be pretty good producers. And without pausing the video, I'm going to swap you to this new thing that I'm trying here. I'm trying to grow this year is in these crates. If you guys can see, these are just plastic crates that I got these donated to me by a friend of mine, Sandy. She works at a flower farm that they grow lilies inside of these crates. I mean, big, beautiful, beautiful lilies. And that's why you guys will see a lot of this soil as they use, and I recycle the soil. Beautiful, beautiful, nice soil. I amended it with a lot of bone meal, blood meal, and some 4-4-6 fertilizer. And these are, I believe, Carolina Reapers. No, I'm sorry. These are Butjalokias. Now, I grew everything in this garden that I'm going to show you. Everything that's here, including the onions. We'll get to the onions in a little bit. Every single thing I grew from seed inside my house in the wintertime, except 2 things that I did not grow, I actually purchased, and I'll show you what those are. And here's the first thing. These are all right here. These are all my hot Portugal peppers. Hey, Scott. Yes, I'm talking to Scott Head. Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. I know Scott is growing one of these, well, not this one, but Scott Head is growing his single seed, which happens to be this exact pepper right here, the hot Portugal, that I sent Scott the seeds. And he has one going, and I did watch a video yesterday, I believe, where Scott is having a really hard time in his Texas environment growing this hot Portugal pepper. But the way Scott described it was he's growing it in pots, and all of his peppers are having a hard time growing in pots. And I believe, like Scott mentioned it himself, is that, you know, even though using like mulches and wood chips and all that stuff in your soils, you have to keep in mind that that's a lot of carbon, and carbon needs nitrogen to break down. So by trapping a lot of carbon inside of a pot, all that carbon, whatever nitrogen is available to it, the plant is not going to uptake it, because the nitrogen is going to go is to break down all of that carbon material. So Scott, I did hear you talk about that, and 100% I do agree that the soil in your pots has way too much carbon. So I would, you know, change out that soil next year, or I'm pretty sure you know what to do. And then it was these, this is what I bought. Pepper Hungarian cheese mix. I've never seen this pepper before, so I was excited to purchase it. I purchased 3 of them. They are looking beautiful in all the hot Portugals. And then here I direct sowed some peppers, some hot cherry peppers. I direct sowed these, and they're coming up. So basically I wanted to try in these containers is how will these peppers do by direct sowing in this type of system here with the crates as to opposed to transplanting. And here's the other thing too, which I don't know, but in these crates here, this soil that I got, that I brought in, where they grow lilies, it looks like there's a lot of seeds in there of some kind of pumpkin, squash, something. But they're everywhere growing. I got to get them out of there because I can't keep them in there. But there's a lot of seeds, and I think that right there, given the furriness, I don't know if you can see the furriness. You see that furry right there? That to me indicates that that's a pumpkin, I believe. And here is the other thing that I actually purchased, because anybody that follows my channel, you know I absolutely suck at growing broccoli or cauliflower or brassicas for that matter. I'm bad at it. And look, they're already putting on broccoli heads. But these plants are no taller than 8 inches. So even though they look very healthy and they're putting on heads like they are, for some reason, I think I'm doing something wrong. Because should these plants, I mean, you guys are broccoli experts out there, I don't know. They look very healthy. They're all putting on heads. But I think they're too small. I don't know. So, once again, I'm confused with brassicas. But I don't give up. Every year I try to grow these stupid things and I don't know. Let's see what happens. And here we got more bell peppers. These are yellow monster. It's also supposed to be a really, really big yellow bell pepper that I got the seeds from Baker Creek. And this is what I'm excited about on this bed. This is I believe the name is Yang Feng broccoli. And I first saw this was actually going back to Scott Head again. He grew this, I believe it was last year, and he basically cooked them up like it was sauteing green beans or asparagus or something. And I'm thinking to myself as I watch his video, I'm like, broccoli, and he said it tasted just like broccoli, even sweeter. So I was like, oh, that's a no-brainer. I was like, I mean, I can't fail at growing this. This has got to be like growing lettuce, right? Well, they're doing really, really good. So I succession planted. I actually have the video where I planted this broccoli indoors, and then I transplanted some outdoors right in this raised bed. And here's the result. And I planted them heavy, and then as they're getting bigger, I came in and I started plucking them. And then the smaller ones I transplanted here. And I thought that was a good idea because they're not all going to get, mature at the same time. As you can see the difference from these here compared to those there, even though they were planted at the same exact time. And those were just thinnings that I took out of these rows right here. So in the future, I like that method. Is just plant heavy and then pluck them out and then transplant them. And these will go into a little shock where they'll be maybe 2 weeks later than these. And I got more peppers there. Those are, what are those? These are Ozark Giants, a different variety of bell peppers. Here I got, what are these? Oh, Mulagueta. That's a Portuguese Tabasco pepper. I got a lot left over. I got basil. I still got a Lillian's tomato that it was a gift. I still got to plant my basil. I can't believe June 3rd. And now here's the same broccoli that I'm planting in these crates as well, right here. I mean, these things are looking really healthy. I mean, some of the bugs already tried to get at them, but I did spray them with BT. I did spray them with organic BT, of course. And I got the beets. I'm also trying the beets in these containers, and the beets are doing wonderful. I got some lettuce in these containers. I'm telling you, you can't. I think this is going to be a success growing in these plastic totes. And look. As you can see, more pumpkins everywhere. Look, they're all over the place. Now I got to figure out if I'm just going to kill these or take them out and transplant them somewhere in the yard. But they're very healthy. Then I got some random pots here with, these are, I don't even know. Oh, 7-pot yellow. I definitely want to save seeds. That's why I grew so many hot peppers, because I love making hot sauces. Look. There's more. More zucchinis everywhere. Or zucchinis or pumpkins or whatever. If you guys can identify this, please leave it in the comments. And I got some more direct sown peppers in here with more broccoli. Let's move on to here. And I got these are, now these are interesting. These are Bulgarian carrot peppers. Bulgarian carrot. And when I sent these seeds out to the winners in the Shed Wars community, Global Gardening, a lot of people are like, John, these seeds are not pepper seeds. Are they carrots? No, they're actually peppers, but the name happens to be Bulgarian carrot. And I have a plan where I'm going to put these. Here I got a zucchini. This is from Tommy Smelts up in Canada, Time to Shine Homestead. That's one of his zucchinis that I have left over. Here I got, these are Trinidad scorpions right here. And then you got, of course, more stupid pumpkins growing everywhere. And I got more broccoli. And some more lettuce. And oh, the potatoes. I got the potatoes here in pots, which right now it's time for me to hill them up and, you know, bring the soil up, you know, to here. Because these are indeterminate. These are not determinate. If they were determinate potatoes, I wouldn't hill them up anymore. But these are indeterminate. Means that the more soil I put up, the more potatoes it's going to grow out of here. So I got those to do. Oh, and here's my Sunflower High 22 sunflower. That's right. Even though I started the challenge, I have not planted it yet. But it is coming along and it is going to get planted. So that one right there is going to win the Sunflower High 22 challenge. That little plant right there. And then here I planted okra. I didn't get good germination because the seeds I used were I think like 3 years old. You know, I started some here to see if they would germinate, then I can just transplant. Then I planted some along here. You know, some came up, but not really good germination. But I'm not worried about that because I still have time to get more okra germinated. And then we can move here. The corn. The corn is doing really, really good. I just gave it some a nice feeding of nitrogen to the corn, and it has taken off really well. And so in about, you know, third week of June, I'm going to give it some more, inject some more pure nitrogen to it, and it should really get it to pop. Oh, before I skip the onions, let me bring you guys, sorry about this guys, but I don't want to keep stopping the video, then I gotta edit. It's a pain in the butt, and you know, let's just do the video. These are the onions. I also started these onions from seed. They're doing really good. Well, that's a different variety here of onions. Excuse me, I forget the name of them. These are doing really, really good. So what you see here and what you see there, you can see a difference. It's not because of the fertilizer that I've been giving them. It's just this is a different variety. It grows more vigorously than this one. But the one thing that I want you to notice is you could see this side of the bed, how good they look. And then you get here to this little side here, and they're scrawny, they're small. Well, what happened was when I was doing a fertilizing them, this is like 4 weeks ago now, I ran out of fertilizer, and so I didn't fertilize this little section right here with the nitrogen. So that's what happened here, and you can see the difference from there, no nitrogen fertilizer, to here. Same bed, big difference. And then over here I got these are cute little patio tomatoes. And I'm going to see how these do throughout the summertime. And if these are good producers, these are what I will be starting in September. So this way I can bring them indoors and have them in my grow tent indoors, and then we can have tomatoes, throughout the winter. So, they'll be ready to bloom and put on tomatoes, January, February, March, even December. So that's why I'm trying this variety, little patio tomatoes. They look healthy. And then this is another pepper bed. These are also, what are these? Oh, these are more King of the North. Yeah, these are all more King of the North. They're all looking really, really healthy. And then this bed here, this is a special bed. Let me back up a little bit for you guys. This is a special bed. This is a salsa garden, a little salsa garden bed that in the Shed Wars Global Gardening Junior Division, I am sponsoring a child. Her name is Boo Salsa. She is the granddaughter of Kenny and Angie over at Abundant Acres Homestead YouTube channel. I'll leave their link in the description box if you guys want to go check them out. I would recommend their channel. But Boo Salsa, so while I'm here, I'm going to give my friend Boo Salsa there a message. Boo Salsa, the onions are looking good. I fertilized them. They're looking really good. I started the parsley from seed and I planted it, and here it is. And I got the peppers, jalapenos. I got some bell peppers. I got 3 different tomato types. I believe that one there is an early girl. I think that one is, I forget the name of that one. But anyway, Boo Salsa, that's, there's my salsa garden for the Shed Wars Junior Division. And then you guys, some of you guys saw me making these, the water jugs. This one here is clogged. I got to unclog the holes in the bottom there. And but they're doing good. They're doing exactly what I wanted them to do, which is planted them down there and then trained them up to come through the neck of the bottle. And this way it gives them like a support system and also a little mini house to keep them nice and warm. So those are doing good. What else? All right, let's take a walk back here. I apologize, guys, for not pausing and stopping, but I don't have the patience for that. I got some, this is the Occasion Hydroponics, excuse me. Yeah, this is the Occasion Hydroponics Secret Seed Challenge. Right here, it's some kind of, I don't know, cucumber, squash or something, but I do have it planted. And then here I got a watermelon from Baker Creek. It's supposed to be one of those yellow watermelons. It's not looking too good. This here is a zucchini, a hybrid zucchini that I have here planted in the ground in a pot like this. The pot is actually in the ground, but I cut the pot. So this way, the reason why I did that is so when I come cutting the grass or when I do the weed whacking around the pot, the weed whacker actually hits is the pot itself down here, and it doesn't actually harm the plant. So that's why I did that. And the other advantage to doing that in ground is if in the future I don't want, these pots here in the ground, or I don't want to grow here anymore, I can just take out that half a pot and fill it back in with dirt, and I don't have any committed raised beds or anything like that. And also here, on my birthday, which was June 1st, I planted a peach tree with my grandson. So on my birthday, me and my grandson, we planted our little peach tree that I got from my boss. So thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. And now let's watch it grow. Will it grow? I don't know. We'll find out. And this is a plum tree that I propagated. Oh, I air layered it. I did an air layer on a plum tree, and it's about 3 years old. and it's doing good, but I don't know, like this thing struggles with, like, I've sprayed it, but this thing gets eaten alive every single year. It doesn't stand a chance. I mean, look at that. Can you see all that? Can you see all that? I don't know, I haven't done research, but you see all that green little, those are all bugs, eggs, something that's eating that, and I don't know what it is. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. But look at that. Every single year, these nasty little things just attack this tree. So this tree has never had a chance. And I did spray it about a week and a half ago with BT, but apparently it doesn't work. And then finally, here we are, the grapevine. This is about a 2-year-old grapevine, and it's looking really good. I mean, I don't really know how to grow grapes. I've never grown them, but it looks like the grapes want to come in. So I'll actually see, you know, if I'll get grapes out of this thing this year. But I mean, the vine is very healthy. And I did try to train it to go into just 2 stems or 2 things that run along this cable here. And, you know, I'll see what it does. Then I just put up this Hortonovus trellis here with some rattlesnake. No, these are Chinese. These are Chinese python beans. But I think they need more sun than where they are. These are Chinese python, and these are Chinese, I forget the name, but they're supposed to be really big beans as well. But, alright folks, I think that's, oh, and while I'm here, let me give you a view. So I have the entrance here to this section of my yard where, and this is my thought behind putting those black pots, as you could see them. So I like to use this section and leave it open, is because there's sometimes I need to drive my truck back here, either with soil, to pick something up, to drop something off, or even with a trailer. So the main objective of having these pots here, and let me show you. There we go. So basically, this is what I did, is I just dug a hole, and these pots were, you know, all messed up. They were basically, the bottoms all rotted. So what I did is I just cut off the bottoms of the pots. I dug holes, and then I just insert the pot, and see, this pot I can move and take it out of there, and it looks just like this. So if in the future, if I was to build a raised bed here, you know, that makes it difficult for me to move that raised bed. But by doing it this way and just burying half the pot, and then the roots have plenty of room to go and forage wherever they want. So that was the basics of this, instead of just building raised beds, because then it would impede excuse me, it would impede my entrance to get into here with a truck or a trailer or something to you know, to do what I gotta do. And also, here's the let me give an update here. These are the Cosmic Cultivators secret peppers, Cosmic Cultivator Pepper Challenge. Chris and Gina up in New Hampshire, Cosmic Cultivators, great YouTube channel. I'll also leave the link for their channel in the description box. Go have a look at them. And I want to give you one final update, is on the leaf mold that I made last year. I made a video showing you guys how I make my leaf mold. And let me give you a little update. Do you guys remember this? It was all the leaves that I chopped up with my lawnmower. Well, here it is. I'm using it. This is the final product right here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. You can't beat the leaf mold.